Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Kobe Bryant series. This is part 3 of 5 of the Remembering Kobe series. I am joined, my third guest being a guest who as well was on the show. He was on the 6th episode of the Max Danielsen Show. That is Mr. Austin Coe. Austin, welcome back onto the show.
Hey man, tragic
Definitely
appointment that
is.
had to be scheduled, but glad to be back on the show.
I never would have thought we would be recording this, if I'm being honest with you. I never really thought, especially being Kobe.
Kobe was one of those people. Yeah, it's like Kobe's never gonna die,
Exactly.
He's gonna be the legend. But
Yeah,
all good things must come to an end.
of course. And unfortunately, life does come to an end at one point or another. The way, though, for how it ended for Kobe is
Tragic.
very tragic, very tragic. I mean, I was speechless when I heard that I remember someone in the baseball group chat said that. I was like, there's no way that's possible.
Yeah.
And I go on social media, and like 10 minutes ago, it was like, Kobe died. And I'm like,
It's all over
wait,
Twitter,
what?
all over Instagram. It's just spreads like wildfire when something happens.
It really does. So I guess this is a good segue into our very first question. That being what Kobe meant to you personally. Like, what did Kobe Bryant mean to you, especially because he was a big part of our childhood, right? Like,
Definitely.
even so as baseball players, like when we're picking up baseballs in the cage,
Yeah,
all you hear is
always,
just Kobe.
Always chucking balls into the bucket. Being a Celtics fan, I kind of had he was my heel, so he's cost me a couple championships as a Celtics fan, but his way of life was something else.
Yeah.
He lived in Italy as a kid, and his dad instilled in him a great work ethic, and
Yeah.
he did that with his children, and I think he's done that with an entirely new generation. And sometimes you look at things and you think, oh, what would Kobe do in this situation?
Yeah, I mean,
He
that's
pushed
Mamba
through it.
mentality right there.
Push through it.
I mean, all like throughout Kobe's career, it was all about adversity. It was, and
Definitely.
we were talking about it with Jackson when he was on, for part 2. We were talking about how Mamba mentality is, well, if I can do it, why can't you? He always challenged
Exactly.
people to be the best they can be.
Exactly.
The next question I have for you now, this is a little bit hard, especially you being a Celtics fan. But what is your favorite memory of Kobe Bryant? Besides the fact him winning against the Celtics.
I don't know. I wasn't old enough to remember his 81 points, but I did watch his last game against the Jazz, and that
That is the popular
the-
answer right now. That
that
is the
is
very,
the-
very popular answer.
craziest game ever. And I mean, the fact that I think it was Shaq had that bet he couldn't get
Yeah,
40 in one game.
It was 50 points. 50
okay,
points.
well, he went over by 10.
Yeah.
But I think in 2K17 he was the
The legend cover. Yeah.
he was the
I still
legend
remember.
cover.
That was probably my favorite 2K of all time.
And at the beginning of your
Career.
career or whatever, he and Michael B. Jordan are in the gym, and it rolls through all of his highlights. And I remember just starting some careers sometimes, not even with the point of like to go to the NBA or be successful in the NBA, was just to watch that scene again
Yeah.
because of
And the one
Kobe.
thing, and I'm so glad that you brought that up, because remember what he said at the very last thing? Michael B. Jordan asked, well, what if this guy is better than you?
yeah.
And he said that I might have to lace him up one more time.
Yeah.
And it really stinks because now looking back on that, we're not going to be able to see Kobe do that.
Yeah.
And,
So I
man,
mean,
it still is hard to believe that he's gone. It really is.
it is.
So I guess that's a perfect way to go into the next question being, what's the game of basketball like now without Kobe? Because when he retired, right, it was different. It was different for a while.
Yeah.
But now the fact that Kobe's gone completely, I mean, the game of basketball will never be the same.
No, I saw a couple days ago they had a petition after 24 hours. I think they had a million petitions or signs or whatever on the petition to make Kobe the new logo.
Yeah.
And then Jerry West came out the next day and said that he doesn't even want to be the logo. So
Yeah, we were talking about that on part 2 about like how Jerry West is a
crazy.
very humble guy.
Yeah.
And he wants new change.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, overall though, how do you think the game of basketball, like,
It's
what now with Kobe not there? What's now left? What's now gone from basketball?
I mean, of course, it's gonna be handed down to LeBron. It's now LeBron's the face. LeBron's been the face for a while, but everybody's going to be going to the James Academy now, and not sad to say it, but not the Mamba Academy. I mean, of course, people carry it on, but it's going to be the James Academy.
Right. And I think the one thing I realized with Kobe's death, and this is one thing like that's been debated years, like who's the best? Is it Kobe? Is it MJ or LeBron? When Kobe died, everyone's just like, why keep debating it? Why not just honor the greatness of all three?
Yep.
There's no debate. They're each great in all three categories.
They're all three great in their own ways. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like Kobe was just lethal all around when it came crunch time. LeBron probably one the best overall player you've ever seen, and Jordan's just Jordan.
Jordan is Jordan. LeBron decides to, his chase down blocks, his runaway dunks, his of course everybody's gonna think of the D Wade picture of D Wade, running through the Bucks arena, and LeBron just in the background,
I still remember
just hammering a dunk down.
I still remember watching or seeing a photo one time, and it was I can't remember what it was, but it was D Wade when he threw a lob to LeBron, and the last time that he ever did it, he looked back just to see it one more time.
Yeah.
Like that, I thought that was a special photo.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was a very special photo. Yeah. And then of course Kobe, just being Kobe.
Kobe being Kobe. He had his times with Shaq, and I saw Shaq do an interview, and he teared up, and it kind of got me too.
I mean, that's the one thing. Like when they were playing,
they had their
beef, but at the end of the day, they understood and respected each other, how good they were. And one thing that brings up another thing, the whole Dwight Howard situation back when he was on the Lakers.
Yeah.
When he came back, he realized what Kobe was saying. He was saying that he was soft and how he was childish, and in reality, and back then, Dwight took that as an offense, as a personal attack on him. But when he came back and he was more mature at that point, he realized that he was just trying to build up his character, and there were some things, and he realized that, and he was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, he tried to make it up with Kobe. I'm pretty sure.
Something.
And even so, like that sucks, man. Especially for Dwight.
Yeah.
Just knowing that he was wrong, and then he wanted to make amends with Kobe, and now that person that he wants to make amends with is no longer here, and
he can't.
That's another thing. Talking about the death of Kobe is the simple fact life is too short. You should never have grudges on people.
Yeah.
And that, like, I can't tell you, that day, there have been people who I have grudges on. I will admit that. I have grudges on people, but that day, I was like, man, it's not worth keeping anymore. It really is.
You got to call some people up and say, hey, I might have made some wrongs.
I mean, I wouldn't do that, but
you never know. But it's like one of those things where you can be like, oh, where were you when Kobe died?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna remember. I was sitting in my car pulling out on the frontage road with Rex in the seat beside me, and all I remember is him just jumping out of the car, running off the side of the road, and just screaming like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "Dude, what is this guy doing?" He gets in the car and he's like, "Kobe died."
I remember. So I was at home. And someone sent in the group chat, and because I was talking to my dad the whole time, and I was just like, "What the hell?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Kobe died." He's like, "What?" So we flip on the news channel, nothing has been reported yet, and then we were on Fox, and they were like, breaking news: Kobe Bryant dead at the age of 41. I'm like, wow,
it's crazy stuff.
And then we'll go into the final question here, and this is a big one we were talking about with the logo. How does the NBA carry on Kobe Bryant's legacy after this?
Well, we've already seen it. Some players are keeping his jersey. Some players are changing their jerseys. I can't remember who it is. Somebody on the Pistons. I think it was one of the Morris brothers.
Markeith.
Yeah, he changed his number from 8 to 88. You saw Trae Young wear 8 the next night or the night
Pistons
that Kobe
wearing
died.
that 8 and 24.
Yeah.
Larry Nance wearing 24 for his former teammate.
Yeah. You see it with the All-Star game now. They changed up the rules. They're gonna have 3 quarters, all played from 0, and at the end they're gonna have a 24 points added to that, and then the first person to reach that number wins. And
now I don't know if you saw the one thing they added in today about the jerseys.
No, I did not.
So
they're honoring Gigi and Kobe.
Yeah.
Correct? Yeah,
so some players are going to wear 2, some players are going to wear 24, which I think is really, really cool. Now, what I've been saying, if the NBA wants to do anything to honor Kobe's legacy, I think a great idea would be renaming the Larry O'Brien Trophy in honor of Kobe Bryant.
What's the Larry O'Brien Trophy?
NBA championship trophy.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that would be the best form of honoring him, especially with the adversity he faced in his career, the way of going about just the Mamba mentality and what he did. I mean, he was a 5-time NBA champion, 2-time NBA Finals MVP.
Maybe they do that. I don't know. Maybe they do the new NBA Finals MVP trophy, the Kobe Bryant.
Well,
Finals
no, I think they're
MVP
going to
trophy.
keep it Bill Russell because he was like one of the
that's
first.
Right. Yeah,
that's the one thing. That's the one reason why I don't think they would change the MVP is just because of Bill Russell and how much of impact he had on the NBA.
Yeah.
Because he's the person, who's won the most MVPs for finals and person who's won the most championships.
Yeah.
And I remember on Twitter I was looking up and they were like talking about it and someone mixed up the NBA championship trophy versus the finals trophy.
Really?
And they commented, or the person was talking about like, no, they should. And the guy responded, without looking it up, what's the importance that Larry O'Brien brought to the NBA?
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't. I feel, and nothing against Larry O'Brien, but at the same time, I feel like it would be a perfect way to honor Kobe. I really do because, again, 5-time champion, 5-time finals champion, numerous playoff appearances.
Definitely.
I mean, I think that would be the way to go. Is there? I mean, do you think that team? Because I know the Dallas Mavericks just said
Cuban said he's going to
retire 24, which is extremely nice of him to do.
I mean, we've only ever seen. I think it's only ever been done in one league, and when the league
kind of unofficially in the NHL too with 99.
With who?
Gretzky.
Okay, that's right, Gretzky.
But it's unofficial. Like it's not official, but never wear 99.
Yeah, it's unwritten, but.
Yeah.
Officially, there's only ever been one league to do it, and that's the MLB
42.
with 42 and Jackie Robinson. But you never know.
Maybe they were debating. They were debating it. I feel like it was on Stephen A. Smith's show, and why they should retire 24. Number one, this is one of the only MVPs that we've ever seen die like extremely young. The other two were Moses Malone, and I can't remember the other one.
Pete Maravich.
What?
Pistol Pete Maravich.
Maybe it was Pistol Pete.
The Jazz.
I don't know. Is he still alive?
No.
No. Okay, that is Pistol Pete. It's Moses Malone and Pistol Pete, but they were young. Or the debate was they were older, so it was kind of naturally. This was unnaturally.
Yeah.
This was a tragedy, and as well, like the impact that it had on players, especially growing up.
Oh, definitely.
Like I know when this goes out on Saturday, on Friday night, I saw. And someone mentions, I know both the men's and women's teams here at Austin College. The people that have Kobe's, they're wearing them tonight. I know that.
Rex did it.
Rex did it, who will be on the show here for part 4 of this. And I know when we get to him, he was a humongous Kobe fan.
Oh, yeah.
Him and then Adonis are big-time Kobe fans. But even so, like it comes great for you because you know the rivalry that Kobe Bryant had with the Celtics. I see you.
Yeah.
Over there. But I mean, I just still can't believe it. I really can't.
Nobody can.
And I think it's awesome, and especially one thing that I think the NBA has done really well with, and even so the players, like you said, Trae Young doing that. But what I really like is the 8 and the 24 shot clock violation things that they've been doing.
It's been beautiful.
I mean, it means a lot. And even so tonight at the Lakers game, they set aside 2 seats for LeBron and Gigi, which I think is awesome.
I think I saw that last night too.
Yeah.
With the Pistons game, or maybe it was the other night. I can't remember.
It was the Nets game. It was the Nets game.
Okay,
we were talking about that in part 2 as well. But I mean, I think this pretty much wraps up part 3 here. Right. Thank you again, Austin, for coming on to the show.
Definitely.
So make sure to check out part 4. If you are late on this, it will be already up. But if you are on time with this, it will be up within the next couple of minutes. So again, thank you for watching, and make sure to go watch part 4 when it comes out.